training our employees to be just like us is the biggest obstacle that I see continuously in businesses. So here's what happens. We, as business owners, are so busy that we don't have the time to train every single employee to do their job exactly like we would. So if we're hiring a new technician, we don't have time to be on the truck training them to install exactly like we do. If we hire a new sales rep, we don't have the time to be on every sales call teaching them exactly what we would do in a situation. If we're hiring an admin, you get the point, all right? Same thing. The reason we're hiring is because we're already stretched too thin. So how on earth are we gonna hire people and then just expect them to learn to do their job well? Well, what most business owners do is, well, I've hired Johnny and he's worked with me for a year so he can train the next guy. Well, you know what happens the second you are not on the job anymore? Johnny quits doing everything the way that you taught him to and does it the easier way. And then he teaches the new guy the easier way. And then, okay, now we've grown the business even more. And Johnny and the new guy, Johnny's with me 2 years. New guy's been with me a year. New guy, you get your own truck and you get to train the next guy. And then Johnny, you're training another new guy. And what happens is we get this, all right? So my way goes to, boom, here, Johnny, all right? And then Johnny does this. He trains new guy 1, and then he trains new guy 2, all right? And then after that, new guy 1 then trains new guy 3. And we're like, okay, all right, things are rolling. We got a crew here, all right? Well, now we need another one. So new guy then trains new guy 4. And Johnny leaves the company. And so now, and then new guy 3 leaves the company. New guy 4 has got this super watered down version that now he's teaching all these other new guys. All right, you see what's happening here? And same situation continues to happen. All right, new guy, boom, boom, and they're all training people. And before you know it, this guy right here has no idea what the heck you trained Johnny to do. It doesn't happen because you have never been on the job site with this guy. You get what I'm saying here? So what happens is kind of like the game of telephone when you were a kid, all right? We'd all sit in a circle, there'd be 10 of us, and I'd say, Sarah's cute, and it would go all the way around, or you can't do it with 2 words like that. You'd say, I think Sam likes Sarah because Sam did this thing, right? And it just, and once it gets back, it says, I think Sam likes boys because he did this thing and this thing and blah, blah, blah. And it's nowhere close to Sam likes Sarah because of this thing. It's all like completely different. We've all played the game of telephone, right? And the same thing happens with our training. And this is why businesses get stuck in this like 1 to 2 truck thing with the owner running all the sales, because he can't ever trust his technicians to do a really good job. He has to run all the sales and still be checking on all of the technicians. It's just the business never-ending cycle. Now, how do we fix this? How did I fix this? What did I do? I got sick of playing this game and, you know, having a Johnny leaves, and so now it's down to new guy 4, depending on what Johnny taught new guy 1 and 3 and blah, blah, blah. And like, it's just really watered down. So I got sick of it. I said, all right, I'm committing this year, I'm gonna build a video training where I get to video-wise train every single new hire, all right? That's it. And that's what I did. So for 1 year straight, we just had a camera on basically everything that I was doing. And this is how it's done. Boom, 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 boom. And I showed everything, how my tool pouch was set up, where every part piece tool went, how I held the gun, how I took measurements, how, like everything, how I'd set a ladder up. All of the weird little intricacies that made me way faster and have a higher quality rating than all my technicians. So we did that. And then we put all the technicians through that video training. And then every new hire went through that. So I did that on the tech side. And then we did that on the admin side. Then we did that on the sales side. And we just kept building these videos of basically, what would Colin do? All right? How would Colin handle this situation? And now we have a fully automated onboarding process where we hire a person and they go right through all the videos, and they have to take tests and they have to pass these tests in order to move on to the next part. And before they're ever on the truck or they're ever out meeting a customer or any of that stuff, they go through all of the training of me teaching them how to do it. And the best part is, it literally cost me 0 minutes, maybe 1 minute of me introducing myself to them, and that's it. 1 minute. Hey, Sam, nice to meet you. Welcome to the team, man. Really excited. I've heard great things about you. Sounds like you can crush, right? Let's kick butt in this training. And off it goes. I don't have to do any of the training. Everything from my brain gets passed to them if they're focused and paying attention. And we know really, really, really quick if they've been paying attention, because on the technician side, either that truck really slows down or that truck stays pretty consistent. That's it. We might see like a $2,000 or $3,000 per week revenue dip for a week or two, but then bam, like it's right back where it should be. That's it. Whereas before I had all this video training and Johnny was training a new guy, we'd see like a $5,000 to $10,000 dip in that week because Johnny had to teach him everything, and so it slowed him down. And Johnny had to basically one-man everything, so it slowed down a ton. Now we've got immediate assets. They're not as strong of assets, all right, because they got to figure things out, but they're immediate assets on the team. Same thing on the sales side. We can take a sales guy in the gutter industry take a sales guy who has 0 gutter industry experience, put them through our training, and they can go out and start selling immediately. I mean, we just had a guy inside of our gutter launch community. He's like, yeah, dude, like we were on a call and he got a text. He's like, well, my new sales guy just sold a $13,000 gutter job. Like, let's freaking go. It works that easily, all right? The training is there because I took the time to do it, all right? So if you're struggling in your business to grow, it's because you only have a limited amount of time that you can spend training and growing your team. So in order for you to fast track this, you have to slow it down and hire a cameraman, hire a camera crew, all that fun stuff, a video editor, and build out a whole system. Like, I think my Kartra membership cost me like $400 a month or something like that, and that's what holds our whole learning management system. It's in there. You have to figure out how to build it. Like, that sucks, right? I mean, it cost me almost $250,000 to build our learning management system, but it's made me millions of dollars because I don't have to train anymore, and our quality is staying where it needs to go. What happens now is we'll have a new guy come in and he'll be like, hey, I'm working with new guy 4 here, and I noticed he's not wearing a tool belt. He's doing things that, like, he puts screws in his pockets and does this. And it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna have a talk with him. You do it the way that we taught you. That's it. Okay, got it. Boom. And we make the change, we make the correction, and everybody holds each other accountable. A new sales rep might run with a seasoned sales rep and say, hey, so yeah, I was trained this way, but I ran with Joe and he skipped this step and this step. Oh, really? Okay, cool. We were wondering why Joe's closing rate was dipping a little bit. We're gonna correct that. Thank you so much. And we won't tell them that you did it, right? And you do it the way that we taught you, and this is why. And we show them Joe's numbers and how they've dipped down and whatever, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I wanna kick Joe's butt, right? And that's how it goes. So it creates a level of accountability inside of our company as well, all right? Not snitches, but accountability. Like, that's what we're after, is people. And we make sales reps ride together sometimes and be like, whoa, hey dude, like, you're skipping this step, and that's a huge deal. And then we train. We continuously are training. So we'll do technician training for an hour a week, right? Where we focus in on one part of the install, make sure everybody's still doing it the same way every time. Same thing on the sales side. We do Monday mornings, 9 till noon, it's sales training. And we do it with our gutter launch community as well. But everybody's there and we're focused in on the sales process. All right, we're going through each step, making sure that everybody's following the process. Because when you follow the process, it equals big sales. I just had a guy come back with a $65,000 sale. All right, it's a $25,000 gutter job and a $40,000 roof. Like, and he worked it. He did the process, and it worked the way it's supposed to. That's how life works. He went through all the training and he continuously does all the steps. So it works. What doesn't work is hoping and praying that every new guy is learning it the way that you taught this old guy. And especially after this guy is no longer with your company, after he quit, after you fired him, whatever happens, because it's just the way that business goes. Very, very, very rarely is Johnny with your business for the rest of the time that you own it. It just doesn't happen. So you're depending on what you taught Johnny to have been taught well, and it just doesn't work. I see businesses all the time where now all these new guys are gone, and guess what? My way equals I have to be on the job again. And guess what that means? You either constrict your business, right? And it's just you again and maybe a helper, and that's it. And so you went from doing $1 million in sales to, you know what? It's way easier if I just do $500,000 in sales. My margins are way higher. I don't have the headaches. And then you buy the lie that, I could build a big business, but it's just way easier to do it this way, right? Ask a couple of my buddies how that's gone, right? Just had one of them fall off of a ladder, blow his leg apart, and a GoFundMe got started so he could pay his bills, right? You don't make money when you get hurt doing business that way. And we all think it'll never happen to us, right? But guess what? You get hurt, you get sick, like crap happens. You get in a bad car accident out of your control, right? Like stuff happens every single day to business owners. I got another buddy. He's been in the game for like 15 years. He was doing a Christmas light install. He fell and he didn't die right then. And he actually took a turn for the better. Everybody's like, oh yes, he's gonna make it. And then like a day and a half later, boom, dead. All right. He was the lone income for his family of, I think he had 5 kids, something like that. The wife hadn't worked in years. And bam, just like that, gone, everything. It happens every single day. I've been at this for a while. I've been in the coaching space. I've been in home services now for a decade. I've seen a thing or two. I'm not telling you all this to scare you and be like, you need to buy a gutter launch, right? Most of you watching this don't do gutters. So it's just giving you value. But if you don't take the time to actually build the training modules that are you teaching your way how to do it, your thing, you're never going to be able to build the business that you desire. It's just not going to happen. All right. Your training is the biggest hurdle that you need to overcome to get your business to the goal that you want it at. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, don't waste another second. Find a videographer, find somebody that can, follow you around with all the cameras, do the thing, build the platform, and start building this thing. If you're in the gutter industry, we've got that built for you already. You can join us at Gutter Launch and you can have all this built for you and radically save yourself a ton of money and make a ton of money. So, but if you're not in the gutter industry, sorry, tough luck. I know there's some house washing ones out there. I'm sure there's some roofing ones out there. I know like Roof Sales Mastery, that's on the sales side. It's really good for that. I know there's a handful of other ones out there that you can go and learn this. But if you look at some of the biggest businesses, Renewal by Anderson, Leaf Filter, 1-800-HANDSENS, like all these companies have a very, very, very rigid and structured training program. Most of us smaller businesses don't have the ability to pay a sales trainer $80,000 a year to be running 3-week classroom sessions where they're training, 12 to 15 new reps, hoping that half of them make it through, hoping that of that half, another half stick with the business for more than 90 days, all right? We don't have that capital to be spending that, all right? We can't be putting people up in hotels to come to HQ and do trainings. Like, it's just not there, right? Unless you're, $100 million a year company, it's not there, all right? So I know I'm definitely not there, and we'll be like 5 mil this year, all right? Nothing too crazy, but I can't afford to do that. It doesn't make sense, all right? So that's the way that it goes, all right? We need to build these training systems so that our way is being leaked down properly to every single new hire, and it'll radically increase the speed at which we can grow our business and the speed at which we can remove ourselves from our business. So there you have it. I hope that this video has been incredibly helpful for you. I mean, my mentor, Josh Latimer, was on me for years to start doing this, and I just drug my feet. Actually, mentor before him, Pat Clark, was on me. Dude, you gotta start videoing it. You gotta start videoing it so that you don't need to be the one training. And I just drug my feet. And finally, like one day, for me, I had to go all in, all right? So I hired a videographer. I think I was paying him like 50 grand a year or something like that. Sent him on a salary. And then I said, all right, get me a list of all the equipment you want me to buy. And I spent 25 grand on equipment, all right? The cameras that are watching right now, the tripods, the lights, all that stuff. And then it's evolved, all right? I probably spent another like 7-8 grand over the last few years on this equipment. I'm all in. All right, and now I got a videographer, I pay more than that, all right? So as things go up, your business has to as well, all right? So I had to invest in order to get my actual time to be invested into this. So I had to hit myself where it hurt, and that was my pocketbook. I didn't like spending, you know, really almost $100,000 to build this thing just on equipment and a person, let alone now I had to hire somebody else to build the whole program for me. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. It's a huge commitment. Maybe you know how to do it. Maybe your wife knows how to do it, or your significant other, if you're the wife watching this, right? Or maybe you know somebody. Maybe there's simpler ways, right? Maybe you make a playlist on your own personal YouTube channel that's private, and you just give your employees access to it. I don't know. Maybe there's an easier way, but something is better than nothing. So take massive imperfect action, build this thing out so that you don't have to build every single one of your new guys. There you go. Get after it. Win bigly so that you can get bigly. We'll see y'all.